Franky. Nite Nite with Franky.
Mr. Scott.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Mr. Scott.
And I'm Franky!
Thanks for joining us for Nite Nite with Franky. Tonight, we're going to learn about the 10 lepers.
10 leopards? Wow, that's a lot of spots. Not to mention the fur, the fury, the paws, the claws. Wow!
Hold on, Franky. I didn't say leopards. I said lepers.
Lepers? Are you sure you didn't mean leapers? Because I can jump really high, Mr. Scott. I'd show you, but I'm already tucked in and everything.
I meant lepers.
Lepers?
Lepers.
Wow!
Franky, a leper is someone who has leprosy. It's a disease that causes painful sores all over your skin.
That sounds awful, Mr. Scott. I don't know what I'd do if something happened to my beautiful complexion.
And to make it worse, people who had leprosy had to go live in a totally separate village so they wouldn't cause anyone else to get it.
All by themselves?
All by themselves.
That's so sad, Mr. Scott.
I know. So imagine, Franky, how excited they would be if they found someone who could make them well.
Imagine? I've got a great imagination. My teacher says it runs away with me sometimes.
So here's what happened. One time Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem, and he was passing between Samaria and Galilee.
I know where that is.
You do?
Sure. It's just outside of Albuquerque. Oh, Mr. Scott, there's this place with the best chili dogs.
No, Franky, I'm talking about a part of the world that's a long, long ways away from here.
You ever been to Albuquerque, Mr. Scott?
No?
I rest my case.
So as Jesus was traveling along, he came into a village, and 10 leprous men stood at a distance and shouted out at him.
Didn't their mommies tell them it's not nice to shout? Where were their manners?
Well, they shouted because they were a long ways away from Jesus. Remember? That way they wouldn't make him sick.
Oh, yeah. So what did they shout? Hey, you?
No, Franky, they shouted, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. You see, they knew that Jesus could make them well.
So then what happened?
Well, then Jesus told them to go and show themselves to the priests. And as they were going, they were healed.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Wow! I bet they were glad to have their regular skin back. So, did they carry Jesus around the village on their shoulders?
Nope.
Did they say, 3 cheers for Jesus! Hip hip hooray!
Nope.
Well, what did they do?
They left.
You have got to be kidding me! After all Jesus did for them?
I know. But there was one man who came back glorifying God in a loud voice, and he fell with his face to the ground at the feet of Jesus, thanking him.
Now that's more like it! Hey, wait a minute! What about the other 9?
That's what Jesus was wondering. He asked the man where the other 9 were, but they had all left, not even saying thank you.
Someone really ought to teach them some manners, Mr. Scott. Everybody knows you should say thank you.
You're right, Franky. So which leper are you going to be like?
I'm gonna be like the one who said thank you. Wow!
That's right, Franky. We have lots to be thankful for.
We sure do, Mr. Scott.
Thanks for joining us, boys and girls. Come back next time for more Nite Nite with Franky.
Night night, boys and girls. Don't forget to pray.
Nite Nite with Franky. Nite Nite with Franky. Nite